Hello Esomar members, and welcome to Brussels, seat of power for the European Union and a place where your future is being decided. I'm really pleased to welcome Michael Cook, who is the chairman of the Legal Affairs Committee, who's going to tell you a little bit more about what this delegation visit is all about. Michael.
It's really crucial in Europe to connect with the legislators. And here we have visits being made to the European Commission, which generates the legislation, and to the European Parliament, which discusses in conjunction with the Council how these laws will be implemented and the final laws. So a key part of Esomar's role is to make sure that our views, your views, are expressed and articulated in this seat of power. Unless we do that, of course, our industry could be left on the sidelines. We need to be really here at the heart of power, and it's really thanks to Kim and his team that we are able to work so closely on your behalf here in the Parliament, Commission and at the Commission.
So welcome to Brussels and enjoy this video.
So good morning everyone, my name is Greta Musa and I'm working for the Cabinet of Commissioner Reinders, who's the European Commissioner responsible for justice. I am dealing with data protection as well as with the artificial intelligence and also other problems and issues concerning the digital economy. As you know, the Commission has recently published the AI white paper and the data strategy. And we have been following both initiatives very closely, and we've been closely involved into both of them. And our take as a cabinet responsible for justice is to make sure that fundamental rights, including data protection, are respected, and that we work together to create a common trust between the citizens and the players in the digital economy that will facilitate the uptake of the new technologies, including AI in Europe, and will facilitate the creation of what has been defined a European approach to this technology that will bring finally Europe to be a leader also in the digital economy, but a trusted digital leader.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Brussels, where we've been spending the day on delegation visits with members of our Legal Affairs Committee, and I'm delighted to be joined by Rupert, the Chief Global Privacy Officer for Ipsos at the moment, and indeed an ex-colleague and a friend of mine. So Rupert, thanks a million for being in Brussels with us today. We've had a busy day, met a lot of people. What are your first reactions from meeting the guys in the Commission and in the Parliament?
I was in particular looking at the Commission first. I was actually quite positively taken by the friendly response we received from them. Certainly those which we had a repeat visit with. Let's take Nicole from DG Justice. He was clearly aware who we were, seemed prepared for the meeting, which is something I have not seen that often from commission members, that they actually looked into previous stuff and were aware what we had been talking to them about before, or in general are about. He was very keen to hear more about the code. Very much wanted to have feedback from industry about whether our views aligned with their views about whether legislative changes to GDPR would be required at this stage, which we pretty much said no, we do not think so, and therefore agreed with their view. At the moment it is about the implementation review, it is about enforcement. We just recommended that maybe they could add into interpretation, whereupon we were invited to provide evidence of deviating interpretations by different DPAs, so they could actually try and influence that kind of thing.
So the European Commission has adopted a very ambitious AI strategy and also data strategy, which is trying to set, in essence, Europe's place in the world with regards to the digital economy. What are the big takeaways that a company leader, a CEO from a small company should be taking from that? And what are the things that they should be doing to support the Commission in coming up with an ambitious strategy for the future?
Well, I think the key takeaway is that we want technologies rolled out in Europe that deserve the trust and confidence of European citizens. That's why we've also dubbed it trustworthy AI, which means we want AI, like any other digital technology, to the extent that it can better our lives, increase our welfare, and it can do so by showing customers and citizens that their rights and values are being fully respected.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the time that you spent with us, and we will continue to have a dialogue with you and hopefully enrich the feedback and the thinking behind these topics.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, we're coming to you from Brussels today, where we've been spending the day with our Legal Affairs Committee on a delegation visit to visit some of the members of the European Parliament. And I'm particularly pleased that Veronica Torres, who's the Chief Privacy Officer from ComScore and is also a member of our committee, has joined me now just to give us a little recap on the day. So how was the day? How did you enjoy meeting all the members of the Parliament?
I really enjoyed it. I think, first of all, I have a lot of homework when I get home. Lots more reading to do than I thought I had. But it was I think it's very relevant to our industry to be able to meet directly with these stakeholders because, A, you hear it from the source, you're getting the information from the source on where they stand or what's going on, but also it's so impactful to be in a room with industry leaders like my colleagues on the Legal Affairs Committee, because you're able to hear it from them that we're all sort of in the same position in terms of trying to figure things out. So there's a comfort level there.
Absolutely. And of course, the Commission has recently changed. We have some new members, and it was interesting certainly for us to hear their thinking and their positioning in relation to data strategy, to AI, and what their views are going forward.
Absolutely.
The takeaways for you on that front, was there anything that kind of registered particularly that says, oh, this is something we need to look out for going forward?
I think the thoughtful consideration that some of them gave us the term shaping the digital economy and looking forward to that and seeing how the first 100 days have been so impactful and how they're all very prepared to go forward and really push.
Yes, I mean, they were saying that it's the first 100 days, and rather than thinking about what they had to do, they actually got on to do it.
Yes.
So I think they're going to be, very much so. So I think they'll be giving us an awful lot more work to do on the committee over the coming weeks and months.
Yes.
But I think it's been a good trip, and certainly it's set the scene for us trying to do what we can for the industry, certainly going forward.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Veronica, thanks again for taking the time just to say a quick hello to all of our members. So stay tuned, you'll hear an awful lot more from the committee this coming year.